Hi, I'm Randy Alvarez. We are on location today, on site at Las Vegas Institute, where dentists all over the world come and learn the art of cosmetic dentistry. With us, we have the owner and founder, Bill Dickerson. Thank you for allowing our cameras
My
here.
pleasure, Randy.
60,000 square feet.
Yes.
Now, how did this begin?
It's interesting. It was sort of an evolution. I started lecturing in the late 80s, early 90s, and Baylor College of Dentistry asked me to do the first live patient treatment program in the country out of their dental school in Dallas.
I mentioned cosmetic dentistry, but you're teaching more than just cosmetic dentistry here.
Right. We actually have 32 different programs, some of them cosmetic, some of them based on the bite or occlusion, mainly neuromuscular dentistry, some implant courses, orthodontic courses, management courses. There's laboratory training courses, lots of different programs.
Just about every day of the week, you have dentists coming through here?
Pretty much every week we will have some sort of program going on here.
Like how many dentists, by the way, go through here?
We've had 3,500 alumni go through here, so 3,500 dentists. But many of those dentists have taken several programs. It's not unusual to find a dentist that's taken 7 different programs at LVI. Once they come to LVI, they generally want to come back because it's the best training they can get.
I mean, this is the premier. This is, I guess, what Juilliard is to music. I mean, this is.
It's the world's premier postgraduate educational training in the center. There's really no place in the world like this.
Great. Well, let's take a look around.
Sure, you bet. I'd be glad to show you around.
Is this a clinic and lab? Is this a working lab, or what are you doing?
Well, this is the teaching lab. We have the rotunda entry, and we have lots of functions in the rotunda.
Okay.
But we'll go to the lecture halls in a minute. This is a hands-on lab. We've just expanded this. And it used
so
to
technicians train here?
Well,
or the dentists?
Dentists and laboratory technicians.
Okay.
But when there's hands-on where they work on models, that's being done in here. We've just expanded. It used to hold 30 stations. It will now hold 60. So we've been able to increase the size of that. So this is one of the hands-on clinics.
So normally you would see dentists in each
Yes,
booth.
they would be working in here. And
where do you get the patients?
We just got done with a program. That's why everyone is cleaning up.
How do you get the patients to come
They
in
bring
here?
their own patients.
The dentist brings their own
Right. We
patients.
do not treat local people.
Okay.
Unless the dentist is a local doctor, then he
Right.
brings his patients. They are their patients of records. So there's computers at every station. You can see them, the monitors, and we actually measure the muscles of the patients to determine whether they're comfortable. And if they're not comfortable, it can cause people to have migraines, headaches, neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, facial pain. And really, we've had tremendous success in helping people with migraines.
Now, patients, I guess, are now starting to look for an LVI trained dentist.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's patient driven now.
In somewhat it is, yes. We have many doctors who've come here because their patients have called and asked if they were an LVI dentist.
Do you have certification programs?
We have a LVI mastership for the dentists, and then we have certification for the laboratory technicians.
Okay.
So dentists who've gone through a certain series of programs and then have presented cases, and we check out the cases, and then they have to take a test to see whether or not they get their mastership or not.
Now, your instructors come from all over
the world.
Okay. Do you do some instruction?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a specialty that you like to talk about?
The courses that I actually lecture in are the cosmetic and the neuromuscular programs.
Okay. Okay. Now, are you the one that pioneered this neuromuscular, or at
No.
least made it? No.
No, it's been around for 35 years.
Okay, but it's definitely become more popular. I mean,
Sure,
I'm sure you've had a big part of that.
Well, I think LVI had a big part of it. I don't know
Okay.
if necessarily me, but LVI
Right.
certainly
Okay.
did by bringing that education to the masses and sort of breaking it down to make it understandable.
A word on neuromuscular dentistry. For those that poo-poo it, I talk to doctors, they just don't know about it?
Yeah,
You're
they've
convinced?
never listened. Yeah, once they come here and they listen, they're convinced. Nobody leaves here not believing in it after we give them the science behind it.
Who should go to LVI?
Every
by the
dentist
way?
should go to
Every
LVI.
dentist. You think this will ever get to the level where...
For their patient's sake, every dentist should go to LVI.
And patients, we're gonna play this on our website. Patients should ask their dentist.
If they're an LVI trained dentist.
Is that right?
I believe LVI trained dentists are the best dentists
But
in the
one
world.
person could have one class and one person could have 20
Absolutely.
classes. So what do you ask? I mean, do you have a certification?
But that one person with one class is probably a better dentist than the ones without that one class.
Better in what way?
Well, for our
technical
cosmetic
skills?
training, they would be that way.
Artistic
for the
skills?
neuromuscular, they need to go farther. They need to know that they have more.
So instructors, how do you pick your instructors?
Well, we have 78 clinical instructors from all over the world.
Okay.
And they've been through a series of programs that are required to go through. And then we have featured instructors. These are experts in their particular fields that are actually the main lecturers of the programs. For example, Ron Jackson is one of our featured instructors. Ron, come here.
Ron Jackson. You'll have to speak up. You're not mic'd up here.
Good to see you.
Talk to my tie.
Talking to Ty.
So what is his role? And what do you do?
Ron, why don't you tell him what you do here?
Well, I teach here, and
Okay.
basically I do 2 different programs here, doing one right now as a matter of fact, live patient programs, and support the Institute in any way that I can, because I believe in the philosophy of the teaching that goes on here.
Our program will air nationwide. What do you want dentists that will take a look at this documentary we're doing about LVI? What do you want them to know about LVI? Maybe that they don't know.
What I would like them to know is that all of the continuation, all of the continuing education that they will ever need to stay current in dentistry, provide their patients with the very best up-to-date care, is available to them here at LVI.
Okay.
It not only will affect the lives of their patients, but the success of their practice, and maybe more important than anything, the enjoyment that they will have practicing dentistry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And by the way, you don't know this, but many doctors out there know this. This is like the expert in the country on what you probably have heard of as bonding adhesive dentistry, where we can bond porcelain tooth structure. This is the man. He's the expert in the world.
There's art and science to that?
Yes.
Indeed.
50-50?
In fact, that's today, the description of dentistry as an art and a science is never been more accurate.
How much
than it
art,
is
how
today.
much science, in your opinion?
I think it's equal.
Was that
I think
right?
it's
Okay.
absolutely equal at this point because of patients' ever-increasing desires for improved appearance. And now we've got materials that if they're handled right and they're handled in an artistic way, can provide patients with an extremely attractive smile and a functional bite.
Okay. Now
at
the
same
lay public, they're starting to know more about LVI dentists. What are you doing to let the public know there's a difference?
Well, actually, there's a branding campaign that LVI doctors are involved in to let the public know that they've gone through this extensive training to get where they are, and that's aired nationally, and that's obviously helping. And then we constantly are getting calls from the media and newspapers about, gee, I hear about this, and so it seems like whenever there's an issue, we get called and asked our opinion about it, and that's also making the public more aware of LVI.
Great. Well, nice meeting you. We're going to take a look
Thank
at
you.
the rest of the facility, Dr. Jackson.
Good.
All right.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you.
Thanks, Ron.
Take care.
Thank you.
So there's another lecture hall. You want me to show you this one
Sure.
really quick? This is just another. These
You
are
have
one
big
of our,
functions here as well.
Pardon me?
You have big functions here?
Oh, yeah. We have an annual event that holds 800 people, and that's across the street. So this one is set up so that it can be altered, and you can have it either classroom style or theater style.
Okay.
And there's always something going on in this room as well. Upstairs are all the administrative offices. You don't really need to see that, but there's 30 full-time employees that work here that help make this show run. When we built this in '98, this was our lunchroom. It's now our coffee shop and our internet cafe.
So LVI has its own coffee shop.
Right. And behind that screen is folded down now, but we have a cappuccino and latte maker. And then the doctors can come in here with their computers and actually get on the internet and get their email or whatever. So because we outgrew this as the lunchroom, it became way too small for the lunchroom. So we'll walk across and I'll show you the new lunchroom. You'll see the difference in the size of it.
Okay.
Let's go across the street. We'll show you the new bistro across the street and the other lecture halls.
Now the design of the building.
Yes.
You took part in all of this?
Yes.
So this building, what is it used for?
Well, this is our lecture halls and our new lunchroom or bistro. We'll show you that first, and then we'll show you the other lecture halls. You'll see the difference in the size and why we ended up needing to grow. Let me turn the lights on. This light's not on. So you can see that it's a lot bigger than the other one.
Right.
And we'll serve up to, usually a weekend course will have over 300 people on campus. If we have the gala, it was like 750 to 800 people, and we serve them on site as well. Although it wasn't purely out of this room, we had to have tents in the back where they had enough tables for everybody.
Now, what's next with LVI?
We're actually launching LVI Australia, LVI Montreal for the French-speaking in Montreal. And then we are launching regional centers around North America where they will be getting sort of an introduction to the philosophy of what we believe dentistry should be and how they can improve the lives of their patients. And then if they want training from there, they'll actually come out to LVI. So we're actually going international.